You know the DJ and me ain't gonna let this song go without flipping it for Cam, because Cam's so sick of this song. A prospect so strong, they think they handle their biz. There I is. And that's Cam Newton there. Cam Newton knows that a healthy Cam Newton, this organization knows a healthy Cam Newton.
Is a major pain. Like James Wayne.
Don't do the song. I got to stop with this song. All right.
I'm sorry. I had to do it.
It's unstoppable. It's unbeatable. So this situation, look, anxiety comes for anybody who's injury prone, who has that on their record. But we can't control our injuries. We can work to try and make sure that we're in the best condition to go out there and show our abilities. That's where Cam is. I think this organization is thinking ceiling, not floor. They're not thinking Cam injured. They're thinking 2015 MVP. They're thinking 2018 6-2, 2017 6-2 MVP candidate. They're thinking the top of Cam, not the bottom of Cam, and that's how they should think.
Are they committed to Cam? I'm going to say 100% they are through this season. And maybe not even through the season, through OTAs, through training camp. They just want to see how he looks. And he said it. I absolutely want to hear him. There's no doubt about it. So they're committed to him. Now, the draft, once the draft comes, Jordan Love is a sleeper of the draft. He can move around. He can throw it. Do they draft him? I doubt they draft him at 7. But committed to Cam, his message was passive aggressiveness a little bit. I just want some commitment. Show me you want me type of being passive aggressive. If he shows them that he can play and he's healthy, he'll be fine.
Isn't that aggressive? Like, what's passive about it? He's like, I want commitment. Who you think he's talking to? His girl?
Didn't say who.
He talking to his girl? He wanted, I want you to marry me.
And that's why he's just speaking into the camera. We know who he's talking to. That's why it's passive aggressiveness. And so it's one of those, if Cam is healthy and he at $19 million, that's what it is, oh, he's making $19 million. There's not a starting quarterback that we can get in free agency we're gonna pay him more than $19 million. We have one. Let's see what he can do for us.
Okay.
They want to commit to him. Matt Rule wants to commit to him, but against conventional wisdom, my assumption would be that they cannot commit to Cam as it stands right now. Interesting piece of perspective here and information. Cam and Matt Rule have a pre-existing relationship. All right, Cam being a big major figurehead for the brand Under Armour, and Matt Rule was a very big, coach for the brand when he was with Temple. So it was interesting because you could see that they have a friendship and a dynamic that exists there. So Matt Rule, probably based off of a personal interest, wants things to work out with Cam Newton. Now there's the health side of it and there's the money side of it, right? You look at his dead money hit, it's $2 million.
Nothing.
All right? So if you get rid of him, you clear up $19.1 million for your team. That's a lot of room to be able to build a team. So I'm looking at it from the way he's playing it very well. If Cam gets healthy, he doesn't cost us a whole lot of money, and we can see if he can make it through OTAs. His biggest challenge is going to be making it onto the roster. But if he's not healthy, then this now becomes a trade bait type of situation, because you're saying you want him, which takes his value and makes it a higher value to possibly be able to trade him and make that run for Joe Burrow.
To me, at the price that Cam's at, it makes no sense for them not to go through the offseason with him. Just to kick the tires. At that price, you have to kick the tires. But it also, to me, again, I kept thinking about Baltimore this morning and having Joe Flacco, a guy that won a Super Bowl for him, never an MVP like Cam, but an established quarterback. This might be the perfect time to draft someone if you see someone else in the draft. Even at number 7, it may not be Joe Burrow. They may have done their evaluation like, well, hold on. For Matt Rule and the system we ran at Baylor, Joe Brady for the system, there may be other guys in this draft, the Jordan Love, who can run that system. And you draft a guy, you let Cam play and hopefully he has a good year and the kid sits and learns, and then you play him the next year perhaps, or you have a decision to make during the offseason, or Cam's trade value is, who knows what comes from this season. But I don't see them as fully committed to Cam. This is clearly a dating situation.
Well, you can't fully commit just because of the injury concerns. So
When you say fully commit, do you mean
for the 2020 season?
Wow.
I think they're committed.
Yeah.
Look, first of all, we have to respect what it takes to be a franchise quarterback, and it's not just tangibles, and it's not just intangibles. You also have to have the combination of good luck and health, and you have to be able to exist and succeed in those moments. Cam has proven that. No one else on that Will Grier, Kyle Allen, who you going to draft? No one solidifies that position more than Cam. Cam can lose it, and you can have anxiety because of his injury concern. But outside of that, are you really starting to look at his performances and say, no, Cam is not good enough?
Because you don't want to get off to a bad start with the owner, and the owner sitting there saying, talk to me when he's healthy. That's why he made sure when he did his interview, he said, listen, Cam is trending up in terms of being able to get a good, clean bill of health. That's what Matt Rule said out of his mouth. So he's basing the same exact thought process off of Teffer that he's looking at Cam from the standpoint of almost saying, talk to me. I want him, but talk to me when he's healthy.
Here's the issue for Cam, I believe, in this system with these two guys, and particularly Joe Brady, but Matt Rule as well. If you go look at LSU, Joe Burrow was pretty precise with the football. Yeah. He was very accurate with the football. His fundamentals. Cam's footwork is so inconsistent. He's late with the ball. That's why I think they have a trust issue in terms of the system they want to run. It's not just going to be some big play, throw it down the field. Can Cam be precise with the football the way their offense requires? That's where I think their trepidation and lack of commitment would come from.
When Cam had Norv Turner is a throw the ball down the field type of guy. So that's a lot of 6- and 7-man protections. With Joe Brady in LSU last year, if you pay attention, it was a lot of 5- and 6-man. They're getting a lot of guys out into routes. And so all you have to do as a quarterback is understand coverage, who may be coming free, who's going to be singled up and get rid of the ball. It's different offenses. This should suit him because if you flooding the defense with 6 guys out in routes or 5 guys out in routes, and then Cam makes a guy miss, it's going to leave the field wide open for him. And that's why Joe Burrow has so much success because, this guy's coming free. Either I'm going to hit my one-on-one, and if I can make him miss, I have all this room. So this offense suits Cam. All he has to do is stay healthy.
There's something to be said about the Cam Newton nostalgia as well. You know, Matt Rule and Brady are coming in probably, like I said, there's a pre-existing relationship. They may be big fans of him. And sometimes it really could come down to relationally speaking. They could be so much of a fan.
They could be big fans. Cam ain't got a lot of big fans right now.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't
they protect him in Carolina.
That.
Oh, yeah. In Carolina, shoot a shot at Cam from outside Carolina and see how Carolina responds.
I'm talking about football people.
Oh, well look, football people will look at
if he shows
68%.
him he can win, they're going to be great fans. And if he shows him he can't, they're going to get rid of him. It's simple as that.
68% in completion percentage when he was healthy last time. And that was with Norv Turner going into the second year when we said, okay, now
McCaffrey.
And he can be accurate. Now, will he be consistently accurate in the new system? You got to put him on the field to see. But only trepidation is really just, is he going to get it again?
Make a prediction here. Are you convinced he holds the starting job all year this year?
Absolutely. Cam Newton ain't losing his job. Nobody walking through there. No one's getting drafted or walking through there that's going to say I'm better than Cam Newton. So if he stays healthy, yes, it's his job, and he won't lose.
But they don't have to. They don't have to walk through there and say they're better than Cam Newton because they've admitted that they're in rebuilding mode. So you don't have to come in and be better than what Cam Newton was. You have to come in and be who you are and fit into what's going on. My prediction, again, comes back to the money. You clear up 19.1, you can build a nice little team right now in this first year as a head coach. I think that $2 million hit, you're trying to trade him. If you don't trade him, you'll see if he's healthy, you let him go. I don't see him making the roster this year.
And in his favor is his.
Well, hold, this is crazy. Big fans, you argue they're big fans, but you don't see him making the roster.
Again, I'm looking at it from a business perspective. You're trying to rebuild your team. That's why you brought in a new coach. You don't just get rid of a type of coach like Ron Rivera if you're not trying to rebuild. He's too quality of a coach. You're trying to rebuild this team.
No, that's an assumption right there. I think that you have pieces and you want to get more out of them or go in a different direction. Doesn't always mean rebuild, reconstruction. Here's the thing.
Well, he said it out of his mouth, that's a rebuild.
But being real, the team that spent the most and the team that spent the least were in the Super Bowl this year. So you can look at it any way you want. You can build around a Jimmy G. He was the most expensive quarterback 2 years ago.
If I can clear $19.1 million under my salary cap.
And lose a franchise quarterback. Go ahead.
I don't know is capable of being that franchise quarterback.
If he's healthy,
dead money.
He's going to be the starting quarterback. You don't want to number one, throw a rookie out there, and let's just say it's Jordan Love. He played at Utah State, small school. You come into the NFL, it's a different ball game, just from schematics, the speed of the game, the guys you're playing with and against. You want him to be able to sit and learn. So unless he gets hurt, he's going to
Sounds
start
like what
off.
people said about Lamar Jackson, and he played as a rookie.
He didn't start as a rookie.
No, he didn't start.
And they used a different
The
quarterback.
second
this
half of the
season
year
than
he
most
started.
Yeah,
But
he
I'm
did.
going to venture to say that Cam Newton's age, he can play for another 5 to 6 years at a high level if he can stay healthy. So I'm gonna say yes, he's gonna hold the
And
starting position.
Flacco was
the entire
toast.
season.
So Flacco was toast. It's easy to make that
Can I-
And
decision.
Flacco doesn't
please
have the
repeat?
athleticism that a Cam
Can I
Newton
please
has.
repeat? We were having debates on this very show that if Cam Newton was able to return to the team this year, would he even be able to win his starting job? Which means that if it was worth a debate about the current quarterback that they have right now, why would you not make that
Kyle
your
Allen
starting
can play.
quarterback?
Allen,
can
when he was
play.
Why would you
undefeated.
not make that your starting quarterback while you draft somebody else and you prepare him?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.